players who wear uniform numbers 7, 8, and 9. Peyton Harder at second base. Seth Matson in left field. Gunnar Shoup is the catcher. Swartz, Rogers, and Buffon. Swartz, Eddy, and Baker. Harder, Matson, and Shoup for the Homer Center Wildcats. Let's set the defense for you since they'll be first in the field. Starting pitchers Caleb Palmer. We've seen him 3 times now this season, and so Caleb will get the start once more for the Wildcats. Third to first at third base is Braden Dunn. The shortstop, Michael Krajosik. Owen Sayani, the second baseman, and at first it's Jonah Arone. The left fielder is Riley Clevenger. In center is Anthony Rowland, and at first base, or right field, I should say, is Mason Bell. The catcher is Andrew Ruddick. As we said, Caleb Palmer is your pitcher as the Wildcats take the field. Palmer on the season is 1-1, a 3.65 ERA. Caleb has given up 8 earned runs, 20 runs overall, so he's not had the most stellar fielding behind him. 15 and a third innings pitched. He's given up 23 hits, struck out 10 and walked 7. He's a workhorse type of pitcher who will put the ball in play. His mound opponent this afternoon is Nico Buffon, a junior. Nico is 2-3 with a 4.60 ERA on the season. Buffon 24 and a third innings pitched. He's struck out 22 and walked only 6. Good control pitcher. 31 hits in his 24 and a third innings. These two teams played on Friday at West Shamokin. It was a good one, a 1-0 game, the only run of the game coming in the 4th inning. And in that game, Bo Swartz was our first hitter this afternoon, was 0 for 3. A lot of O's, only 1 hit on the afternoon for West Shamokin. That was Nico Buffon. He went 1 for 3 in the game. Just a great performance by Owen Sayani on the mound for Homer Center in that game, but equally good for the West Shamokin Wolves was Bo Swartz, who was their pitcher. For the Wildcats on the afternoon, they had only 3 hits. Sayani was 1 for 4. Dunn was 1 for 4, the freshman, and Mason Bell was 1 for 2. Check that. 1 for 3 for Sayani. 1 for 3 as well for Dunn. And 1 official at-bat and 1 hit for Mason Bell. We're ready to go. Bo Swartz ready to step it in for West Shamokin. Thanks for joining us here on Renda Digital TV on WCCSradio.com, U92Radio.com. Swartz, right-handed hitter, shortstop. Against the righty Palmer, the first pitch of the game, wrapped foul and long down the left field line. He had home run distance across the walking path of the Hoodlebug Trail, but it is a foul. Strike 1 on Bo Swartz. 275 on the year for Swartz. 11 out of 40. The 0-1 pitch is low and outside, a ball and a strike. A double, 2 triples, and a home run for Bo Swartz. He has driven in 9 runners this season. Just underway, a ball and a strike to the leadoff hitter Swartz, and Palmer the deal. Grounded sharply to the shortstop. Krajosik fields over to first, and he got him 1 away. One down on the ground out to shortstop. Braden Rogers will step in for West Shamokin. Rogers, the junior, he is your pitcher today. Righty. Palmer, the pitch. Inside for a ball. Braden Rogers on this season. I'm sorry, I said a junior. He's a freshman. Hitting .250. The 1-0 is inside ball 2. 21 plate appearances, 16 at-bats, and 4 hits. Among those 4 hits, 2 doubles, and he has 3 runs driven in. A 2-0 pitch on the way, and that is in there for a strike on the fastball from Palmer. Fast-paced game on Friday. We'll see how this one lines out this afternoon. The skies have cleared out, so we've got big puffy clouds up there. A 2-1 pitch is in there for another fastball strike, and the count evens at 2. 1 out, top of the first inning. West Shamokin at the plate. Rogers, the freshman, awaits. And that is inside 3-2. I think I said he was pitcher as well. He's at third base today. I'll get it all straight here before we're out of here. Count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes on West Shamokin's number 2 hitter, Braden Rogers. And Palmer, the windup and the pitch. Pop foul out of play right side. Dave Powers, the head coach for West Shamokin. New baseball for Caleb Palmer. He's back on top of the hill, and here we go. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the windup and the pitch. Curveball is up high, and Rogers with the walk, first base runner of the game. Comes with 1 away, and Nico Buffon, the pitcher, to the plate for the Wolves. Buffon is the junior, and he's been raking it here this spring. .459 average. He's got 17 hits in 37 trips to the plate. 6 runs driven in, runner off first, and pitch in the dirt and blocked nicely by the Homer Center catcher. That's Andrew Ruddick. 1-0. Substantial enough lead that Palmer will throw over and chase Rogers back. One out in the top of the first inning. From the stretch, the pitch by Palmer is fouled out of play. And we're going to say, what, he hit him? Catcher's interference. And that moves the runner down and puts a runner on first. So runners on first and second here in the top of the first. With 1 away. Big lead by Rogers. Not holding the runner at first. Curveball is up high. And 1-0. To Nico Buffon, he has 6 runs driven in on the season. 7 doubles among his 17 hits. The pitch. High pop into right field. Adjusting on it is Mason Bell, and he'll pull it in. The runner will tag and go. They'll not throw over. So they do advance the runner on the flyout to Mason Bell in right field. By Lou Swartz. And that'll bring Camden Eddy to the plate, the first baseman. First and third with 2 outs. Inning started with Bo Swartz grounding out to shortstop. A walk to Rogers. Catcher's interference put Buffon on first base. He remains there. Rogers now to third after Lou Swartz flies out to right. Eddy to the plate. Left side, fouled out of play. Senior Camden Eddy hitting .167 on the year, 5 for 30. 5 runs driven in. Of those 5 hits he has, 3 of them are doubles and 1's a home run. Off speed, fouled out of play once more, and Palmer is ahead. No balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Winds much calmer than they were when we were here the other night for the game against River Valley. Palmer is going to fake the throw to third, then go over to first, and the runner is back. 2 outs in the inning. No score. Top half of the first inning. Cody Baker waits on deck. 0-2 on Eddie. Palmer's pitch inside. A ball and 2 strikes. Caleb Palmer walks on the grass in front of the mound and now back up on top. A 1-2 pitch is on the way. Swung on and missed for strike 3. The tag, and the inning will end. No runs, no hits, 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the first, no score. You're watching Renda Digital TV on WCCSradio.com.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here at IRMC.
Robindale Energy Services is a proud supporter of high school athletics and our hometown community. To do its part for the local rural areas, Robindale Energy has been cleaning up refuse coal piles that dot the western Pennsylvania landscape. These waste piles, remnants from past decades of mining in the region, are removed and used to create affordable energy for America. Robindale Energy has helped to clean up hundreds of miles of streams and channels. In the area where the land has been restored for a while, streams have become alive again and able to support plant and fish life. For employment opportunities, contact Robindale Energy at 814-446-6700, extension 122.
Back at First Commonwealth Bank Field, no score, bottom of the first inning. Homer Center and West Shamokin. As Caleb Palmer works out of a jam to get out of that first inning with the strikeout of Camden Eddy. For the Homer Center Wildcats, Michael Krajosik, the shortstop, bats first. At second base is Owen Sayani batting second, and the third baseman Braden Dunn bats third. Pitcher Caleb Palmer hitting fourth, catcher Andrew Ruddick fifth. Mason Bell, the right fielder, will hit sixth. Cody Householder is the designated hitter, and he's batting for Clevenger, and he'll bat seventh. Jonah Arone, the first baseman, hits eighth, and Anthony Rowland, the center fielder, batting ninth. Michael Krajosik ready to step in. We'll set the defensive alignment for West Shamokin in just a moment. Krajosik is ready to go. A 200 hitter on the season. Michael 7 out of 35. 9 runs driven in, a double among those 7 hits. He'll swing and miss at the first pitch from Nico Buffon. Good control pitcher, Buffon. Second pitch, driven out of play, left side. That's across the Hoodlebug Trail and into the weeds. So Buffon is out in front, 0-2 on Krajosik. That's a called strike 3. Krajosik goes down. For Homer Center. Braden Rogers is your West Shamokin third baseman. Bo Schwartz at short. The second baseman, Peyton Harder, and at first, Camden Eddy. Left to right, Seth Matson in left field. The center fielder is Lou Schwartz. Cody Baker is your right fielder. Foul ball out of play by Owen Sayani. Catcher is Gunnar Shoup. The pitcher, Nico Buffon for West Shamokin. Owen Sayani, the second baseman. No balls and a strike as Buffon deals. That's in the dirt, a ball and a strike. Sayani hitting .375 on the season. 8 runs driven in. 1-1 pitch, fouled off. It's a ball and 2 strikes. 3 doubles on the year for Sayani. Boy, did he have a night on the mound last week. This one is lifted into left field. Settling under it and making the catch for West Shamokin is the left fielder Seth Matson, and there's 2 outs in the bottom half of the first inning. Braden Dunn, the Homer Center Wildcat third baseman, will step to the plate. The freshman hitting .467, 14 hits in 30 at-bats, 3 doubles, and 12 runs driven in for Dunn. And first pitch swinging, another high fly into right field, making the chase, stumbling a bit, but hauling it in, is Cody Baker. 3 up and 3 down for Homer Center. We head to the top half of the second inning. No score. It's Render Digital TV on WCCSradio.com and U92.
Thinking of adding a pet to your family? Consider adopting, not shopping. Local shelters have great dogs, cats, and other animals waiting for a forever home. Please support Four-Footed Friends, ICHS, and other local shelters when looking for a new pet. And don't surprise someone with a pet, but with a promise to adopt a pet that they choose.
Our ball game moves to the top of the second inning, no score. West Shamokin will send to the plate the 6, 7, 8 hitters, Cody Baker, Peyton Harder, and Seth Matson. 3 up and 3 down for Homer Center in the bottom of the inning. Bit of an injury problem for Braden Dunn after he hit that ball. He had to have an adjustment. Braden has a bit of a hip problem, and so they took care of him. He's back there at third base, stretching out that hip, as Cody Baker will step to the plate. The left fielder for the Wolves, Caleb Palmer's first pitch is swung on and missed. Strike one on Baker. 286 on the season, 8 of 28. Strike two, chased after a high outside fastball. 6 runs driven in, and 2 doubles for Baker. No balls, 2 strikes, and Palmer, the windup in the pitch. That one's in the dirt. 2-1. We were here for over 4 hours the other night for that ball game. So much so that my colleagues to my right left in the 5th inning. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swung on and missed up high, and again he chased, and Baker is the first out of the second inning. Second strikeout for Caleb Palmer. Peyton Harder, the second baseman, will step in for West Shamokin. The senior hitting .242 with 3 RBIs on the season. And Palmer finding a rhythm here for Homer Center, it seems. Ground ball to third, fielded by Dunn. They rule foul. Front of the bag. 0-1 on Harder. Seth Matson, the left fielder, waiting on deck. A lot of baseball going to be played over the next couple of days. Catching up to the season, really, is what these teams are doing. 0-1 pitch on the way. High pop. Dunn will chase in foul territory. Now the catcher, Ruddick, is out after it, and it drops just inside Ruddick had no idea where the ball was. Dunn was charging. Palmer took a second to locate it. It eventually did fall. No balls, 2 strikes on Harder. Homer Center playing at Marion Center on Wednesday. Then on Thursday, they'll be hosting Ligonier Valley. Saturday is the Teddy Bear Fun Drive game against Indiana High for these Homer Center Wildcats. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the second. Ball outside. Teddy Bear Fun Drive, of course, benefits Renda Broadcasting's Teddy Bear Fun Drive efforts to help for pediatric care at the Indiana Regional Medical Center. There's a ground ball foul along third base. And the Free Care Fund at Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh. Everybody invited out. They turned it into a pretty big deal. There will be Homer Center girls softball ahead of it. And then the baseball game between Homer Center and Indiana. I believe the softball game has been moved here from Floodway. That's a called strike 3. Harder goes down, and Palmer now has 3 strikeouts in a row as Seth Matson, the left fielder, steps in with 2 outs here in the second. Senior Matson, 160 on the season. A double and 3 RBIs. He bats with 2 outs, nobody on. Swinging strike. Palmer is a sophomore. 0-1, inside hit him. Clipped him on the left elbow, the hit by pitch. We'll put Matson on. 2 outs in the inning, and West Shamokin has another runner in position. For Caleb Palmer, that is the 7th batter that he's hit in this season. He's not shying away from pitching inside. Gunnar Shoup, the catcher, will step in for West Shamokin. The number 9 hitter, 158 on the season. 3 hits in 19 at-bats, 4 RBIs. 2 outs. The stretch and the pitch. Curveball is fouled away. No balls and a strike on Shoup. It's an old Shannock Valley name, isn't it? Oh, 1 from Palmer. That is spanked into right field. That's a base hit, our first hit of the baseball game. Nice job by Gunnar Shoup. Taking it the other way. Runners on first and second now for Bo Schwartz. So a runner in scoring position as West Shamokin is going to send Josh Kunkel out to run for Shoup. Bo Schwartz steps in, grounded out to shortstop in the first inning to lead off this game. Now he's got a runner in scoring position. Nine runs driven in this season for Schwartz out of that leadoff spot. Double, 2 triples, a home run. Curveball popped up. Dunn is calling for it, and he makes the catch, and that will end the threat. No runs, a hit, 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom half of the second inning, 0-0. It's Renda Digital TV on WCCSradio.com and U92Radio.com.
How can you save on your home energy bills? By calling Bill Busters Incorporated. Bill Busters is a home weatherization company providing insulation that will make your home energy efficient all year round. Bill Busters bust utility bills down to size. 34 years experience and an authorized First Energy contractor. Don't hesitate. Insulate. Call 800-475-1251. PA license number 009189.
This is Attorney Patrick Doherty. Do you need legal help? The Law Office of Patrick Doherty specializes in criminal law, wills, and personal injury. Visit my office at 737 Water Street in Indiana and let me put my years of experience to work for you.
No, he said it to me. He was just laughing. Well, for the rest of the game, it was the top of the 5th inning. Yeah, but the scoreboard said it was the 5th. We are headed to the bottom of the 2nd inning, talking with the folks at the press box here about the other night when the game went over 4 hours and they had to go home in the 5th inning. Well, it was heading into the 6th, but the scoreboard still said 5th. We're here, and it's the bottom of the 2nd inning, a much more brisk game so far this afternoon. No score. And Homer Center to the plate, their second trip on offense. Caleb Palmer, the pitcher, leads off. Buffon goes off speed and out ahead of it for the swinging strike is Caleb Palmer. Palmer, Ruddick, and Mason Bell here in the second. 3 up, 3 down in the first for Homer Center. Caleb Palmer is going to take a ball, hitting .250 on the year for Caleb. 5 of 20. 6 runs driven in, a double. Grounds this one to short. Swartz will field. Over to first, and he got him. Field is in fantastic condition for the amount of rain that we've gotten. Nice job here at First Commonwealth Bank, as always. Stepping in for Homer Center, the catcher, Andrew Ruddick, batting 5th. And he'll line this one sharply into center field. The first hit for the Wildcats this afternoon. Ruddick is on first. Right back through the box on the line drive for Ruddick. His 8th hit of the season. It brings Mason Bell to the plate. Mason, one of only 3 Wildcats to get a hit in that game on Friday. West Shamokin won that one 1-0. Bell, the right fielder for Homer Center. Works with Ruddick on first base and 1 away. Junior hitting .182 for Homer Center. He's in there now. And Buffon's pitch, called strike. No balls and a strike. 1 away, 1 on for Homer Center. The pitch. High fly ball. That is deep. Chasing the center fielder back. A diving catch, and he does not get it. The ball just kept carrying. It's going to end up being a double for Mason Bell, and Ruddick, who had to hold up to see if that was going to be caught, ends up at third base. Great effort by Lou Swartz. I don't know that he took a step up on that. He may have, but then it just kept carrying. A diving attempt at it, and it got away from him. The double by Mason Bell makes it second and third and 1 out for Cody Householder, the designated hitter. He'll pop this one out of play. 1 out in the inning. It started with Caleb Palmer grounding out to Bo Schwartz. Then 2 sharply hit balls to center field. The single by Ruddick, the double by Bell. Second and third, 1 out, the pitch. Check swing, and that's a fair ball. Shoop will head it down to first base. They'll get him. Householder is out. Runners can't move up. Nice play there by Gunnar Shoop. Gets the ball down to Camden Eddy. 2 away for Jonah Arone for the Wildcats. And Scott Bauer, Homer Center coach, has asked the home plate umpire to check with the base umpire to make sure that was a ball in play and was not a foul ball. And he gets that concurrence. So second and third, 2 outs for Homer Center for Jonah Arone. Still looking for his first hit of the season. That is a ball. Jonah did come to the plate for Homer Center a couple of nights ago, but he walked. 1-0. Inside 2-0 with Anthony Rowland, the center fielder, waiting on deck for Homer Center. The 2-0 is down low, ball 3. Jonah at 6 feet 6 inches tall is certainly, he's got a big wide strike zone, but Buffon having difficulty. Remember, Buffon has only walked 6 guys all season long. That's a called strike. It's 3-1. Ruddick, who singled, now at third. Mason Bell doubled. He's at second base. 2 outs and a 3-1 pitch on the way. Arone grounded into center field. That's a base hit for Homer Center. Bell rounds the base and holds up. The Wildcats jump out on top, 1-0. Jonah Arone with the single and the RBI. Bell down to third base. As Anthony Rowland comes to the plate for the Wildcats, runners on first and third and 2 outs. Rowland trying to add to the total for the Wildcats. The senior 091 on the year with 2 runs driven in. Takes a strike. 2 outs here in the second inning. High fly ball right field, charging. Can he get there? No, it drops and it's a base hit. The run driven in. Peyton Harder coming out from third. Cody Baker charging from right field. It fell between the two of them. Another RBI single. The bottom of the order is doing it for Homer Center here. Bell comes in to score. Jerome stops at second. Rowland with the RBI single. 2-0 Homer Center as Michael Krajosik steps in. Pops this one out of play, left side. 2 outs, inning started with Caleb Palmer grounding out to short. Single by Ruddick, he came around to score. The double by Mason Bell. The RBI singles after Householder grounded out to the catcher. RBI singles for Arone and Rowland. Krajosik fouls this one out. And it is 0-2 on the Homer Center shortstop. Buffon from the stretch. Krajosik pops this one down the left field line. That looks like it'll get down, and it does. Arone will come around and score. The ball all the way to the fence. Waving around the runner, Rowland. Here's the throw to the plate. It's off the mark. The runner will move up to third base. The double drives in 2 for Michael Krajosik. He moves up to third on the throw home. Wildcats on top 4-0. Rowland chugs around all the way from first base to score. And Dave Powers is going to come out and talk to his pitcher. The West Shamokin coach. 5th hit of the inning for Homer Center, and the Wildcats lead it 4-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. Owen Sayani, the batter due to the plate for Homer Center. He'll be the 9th hitter of the inning. Powers will walk off the field for West Shamokin. As Ciani steps in with the runner on third. A 375 hitter, Ciani with 8 runs driven in. And this one into center field. Swartz will give chase. Diving, did he get it? He says he did, and he did. What a great play by Lou Swartz to haul that one in. Homer Center piles up 5 hits and scores 4 runs at the end of 2. It's 4-0 Wildcats. And it is Renda Digital TV on WCCSradio.com and U92Radio.com.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here at IRMC.
We move to the third inning. Homer Center with a 4-run second. The Wildcats lead West Shamokin 4-0. 0-1-0 for West Shamokin, 4-5-0 for Homer Center. And the Wolves will send Braden Rogers, Nico Buffon, and Lou Swartz to the plate. Here in the third, Rogers, who walked in the first inning. Caleb Palmer works his third for Homer Center. Rogers in. And that one's in the dirt to the backstop. 1-0. And that's a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Home plate umpire this afternoon is Pete Jones. Mike McDermott, ICTC Executive Director, is working the bases. 3 balls and no strikes now on Braden Rogers. And if you're Homer Center, you do not want to walk people when you've just had a big inning. So let's see what Caleb Palmer can do. West Shamokin obviously needs base runners. 3-0 on Rogers. Called strike. Here's the 3-1 inside. Working the walk for the second time in the game is Braden Rogers. And the leadoff hitter on for West Shamokin. Nico Buffon reached on catcher's interference in the first inning. Buffon hitting .459, leads them in hitting. And he'll take a ball. 7 doubles among his 17 hits, 6 runs driven in. Palmer glance at first. The 1-0 is inside, 2-0. So Caleb has started this game, or this inning, I should say, with 7 pitches, and 6 of them have been balls. From the stretch, the pitch in there for a strike. Took a little off it. It was, I guess, as close to a changeup as Caleb throws. Just an off-speed delivery. This one is driven far and foul. Way out of the park. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Buffon. Nobody out. A runner on first for West Shamokin. They trail it 4-0 in the third. Palmer will step off the rubber. Glance to first, and here's the pitch. Off speed, inside. Count goes full once more. Lou Schwartz waits on deck. Here's the pitch. Chopped toward third, fielded there by Dunn. That's a foul ball. No. Scott Bauer coming out there, giving him first base. Fans checking it out. It was catcher's interference again. That's 2 at-bats for Buffon, and 2 times he's gotten on base on catcher's interference. So first and second, nobody out for West Shamokin. Lou Schwartz with a chance to do some damage here for the Wolves. A .250 hitter. 9 for 36 on the season. 12 runs driven in. He's got 2 doubles, and Homer Center going to talk things over. So a huddle at the mound for the Wildcats. In the bottom of the second inning, Homer Center scored 4 runs after 1 out. Andrew Ruddick singled. Mason Bell followed with a double, putting runners at second and third with 1 away. Cody Householder, just a little dribbler in front of the plate that was fielded, and he was thrown out. The runners held. Then the Wildcats put together 3 hits in a row. An RBI single by Jonah Arone, an RBI single by Anthony Rowland, and then Michael Krajosik drove in 2 with a double. That made it 4-0, but that lead is certainly being threatened here as West Shamokin has put the first 2 runners on here in the third inning. Rogers with the walk. Buffon, for the second time in the game, reaches on catcher's interference. Palmer now ready to go to pitch to Lou Schwartz. Swung on and missed. Strike 1 on Schwartz. Two walks, a hit batsman by Palmer this afternoon. He has struck out 3 batters. Those all came in a row. 0-1 is inside. Schwartz jumps out of the way. Very easily could have been hit there. It's a ball and a strike. Today on Renda Digital TV, on WCCSradio.com and U92Radio.com. A 1-1 pitch, check swing, and Homer Center will appeal and get the call. Home plate umpire Jones said no, but McDermott on the bases said yep, he went around. So it's a ball and 2 strikes on Schwartz. Palmer turns towards second, throws down, but Ciani not able to apply the tag in time. Rogers is back. 1-2 on Schwartz. From the stretch, in the dirt. Blocked nicely by Ruddick once more. 2 balls and 2 strikes. glance again by Palmer. And the pitch popped out of play. 2-2, nobody out. Runners on first and second for West Shamokin. Palmer, the stretch. Look over to first. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Off speed, swung on and missed by Swartz, strike 3. First out of the inning. Brings Camden Eddy to the plate. One away and runners on first and second for West Shamokin, trailing 4-0 in the third. Caleb Palmer. Up high, the pitch to Camden Eddy, who struck out swinging to end the first inning. Here's Palmer. The 1-0 is fouled back. A ball and a strike, one away here in the third inning. Runners on first and second. Caleb Palmer stares in at his catcher, Andrew Ruddick. Now the stretch and the 1-1 pitch. Called strike on the outside corner. It's 1-2. Palmer has worked his way out of a bit of a trouble spot in each of these first two innings, now in a bit of trouble again. First and second in the first and in the second innings, and now again in the third. That's outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Eddy. Camden is a senior. He's got some power. He's got 3 doubles on the season and a home run. Here's a 2-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Eddy goes down for the second time. 2 strikeouts in a row for Palmer, 5 on the afternoon. Cody Baker, who struck out leading off the second inning, comes to the plate. 286 with 6 runs driven in for Baker, the left fielder. 2 outs now, first and second, and Caleb Palmer. High fly ball, right field. Mason Bell comes in and makes the catch and ends the threat. No runs, no hits. 2 men left on base for West Shamokin. We played 2.5. It's 4-0 Homer Center, Renda Digital TV on WCCSradio.com and U92Radio.com.
In sports, game plans are essential to the success of the team. The same can be said for the game of life. What kind of game plan do you have to protect your valuable assets like home, car, business, income, renters, motorcycles, and IRAs? When was the last time you had a comprehensive insurance review? The William G. Meckling Insurance Agency can develop a game plan just for you. For a comprehensive insurance review, call the William G. Meckling Insurance Agency, 1359 Philadelphia Street, Indiana, because it's always something.
Robindale Energy Services is a proud supporter of high school athletics and our hometown community. To do its part for the local rural areas, Robindale Energy has been cleaning up refuse coal piles that dot the western Pennsylvania landscape. These waste piles, remnants from past decades of mining in the region, are removed and used to create affordable energy for America. Robindale Energy has helped to clean up hundreds of miles of streams and channels. In the area where the land has been restored for a while, streams have become alive again and able to support plant and fish life. For employment opportunities, contact Robindale Energy at 814-446-6700, extension 122.
Ball game moves to the bottom of the third inning with Homer Center leading West Shamokin 4-0 this afternoon on Rinda Digital TV. And for Homer Center, here in the bottom of the third, Braden Dunn, Caleb Palmer, Andrew Ruddick, the 3-4-5 hitters scheduled. And they will face Nico Buffon, who works his third inning for West Shamokin. There's Rinda Digital TV tomorrow, Indiana taking on Burrell on WDADradio.com. Braden Dunn for Homer Center takes off speed for a strike. Dunn, a fly out to right field to end the first for the Wildcats. And the freshman is in there again. Here's the pitch inside. A ball and a strike. 4 runs on 5 hits for Homer Center. 1 man left on base. For West Shamokin, no runs on 1 hit. They've got 6 left on base. This one, high drive. Swartz gives chase, and he's not going to get there. It's going to bounce. 1 hop off the wall. In with a double. Braden Dunn standing up. For the Wildcats, they brought the sticks this afternoon. Leadoff hitter on second base for Homer Center. For Caleb Palmer, grounded out to second base. It's a good stroke there by Braden Dunn. For Braden on the season, that is his 4th double. And extends that batting average. Came into the game at .467. Palmer to the plate now. And that's down low for a ball. Runner in scoring position for Homer Center. Palmer, 6 runs driven in on the season. In there again, and here comes the pitch from Buffon. Ball, 2-0. Lou Swartz really busy in center field this afternoon for West Shamokin. Grounded sharply to third. Try to hold the runner. Over to first, they get him. Palmer is out, but after the throw, Dunn moves up. The out goes 5-3. Braden Rogers, the third baseman, could have tried to chase down Braden Dunn, but went for the shore out at first. So a runner on third base and 1 out for Andrew Ruddick, singled and scored in the second. Buffon's pitch outside for a ball. Ruddick on the season, 5 runs driven in. And Buffon's pitch in there for a ball. 2-0 now. Ruddick ahead in the count. The 2-0. Called strike on the Wildcats' third baseman. Catcher. Mason Bell waits on deck for Homer Center. The 2-1 swung on and missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Andrew Ruddick. One out in the inning. Buffon. The pitch, curveball, is outside. Count goes full on Ruddick. Dunn doubled to lead off the inning. The ground ball by Palmer moved him up. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Grounded foul. Hard at the West Shamokin dugout. Dave Powers tried to make the dazzling play over there. Could not quite come up with it. Three balls, 2 strikes. Buffon. Grounded back to the pitcher. Off of Buffon. He'll go over to first base. He'll get the out there, but the run will come home, and Homer Center extends the lead to 5-0. The RBI ground out for Andrew Reddick. And that brings Mason Bell to the plate. Bell, a double over the outstretched hand of the diving Lou Swartz in the second inning. And he'll take a strike here. Base is clear now after the run scoring, or the run scores from Braden Dunn. No balls and a strike. Off speed, fouled back by Bell, 0-2. Cody Householder waits on deck. Buffon, the windup and the pitch, off speed, fouled back by Bell. Mason Bell's double was his first extra base hit of the year last inning. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and nobody on for Homer Center. 1 run in the inning. Buffon's pitch. Strike 3 swinging. Bell goes down, but the Wildcats do pick up a run at the end of 3. It's 5-0 Homer Center. Renda Digital TV on WCCSradio.com and U92Radio.com.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here at IRMC.
Thinking of adding a pet to your family? Consider adopting, not shopping. Local shelters have great dogs, cats, and other animals waiting for a forever home. Please support Four-Footed Friends, ICHS, and other local shelters when looking for a new pet. And don't surprise someone with a pet, but with a promise to adopt a pet that they choose.
Back at First Commonwealth Bank Field, getting set for the 4th inning, a brisk pace to this baseball game. Homer Center leads West Shamokin 5-0 as Caleb Palmer gets ready to work his 4th inning. Caleb on the afternoon, just 1 hit surrendered. He's walked a couple. He has hit a batter, but he has struck out 5 in this game. And he'll face the 7, 8, 9 hitters, Peyton Harder, Seth Matson, and Gunnar Shoup, the scheduled hitters for West Shamokin. Homer Center scoring 4 in the second inning, 1 in the third. And stroking the ball well this afternoon. Just about set to go. Renda Digital TV. In addition to the Renda Digital TV WDADradio.com game tomorrow featuring Indiana and Burrow, the Teddy Bear Fun Drive game on Saturday will be a Renda Digital TV broadcast. And then Indiana playing Derry next Monday. We've added a bonus digital TV game for next Wednesday. 2 of the top teams in the Heritage Conference, Marion Center hosting Northern Cambria. Palmer working to Peyton Harder, who fouls it down the third base line. No balls and a strike on Harder, who struck out looking in the second. Beautiful afternoon for a baseball game. The windup and the pitch is swung on and missed, strike 2. So out in front is Palmer. No balls and 2 strikes. This one outside. Could not make him chase. The 1-2 on the way from the sophomore Palmer. Driven into left field. That's a base hit, and it's going to get down and past Clevenger, rounding the bag and heading towards second base. Here's the throw. That is a leadoff stand-up double by Peyton Harder for West Shamokin. Brings Seth Matson to the plate, hit by a pitch in the second. He bats with nobody out and a runner on second base for West Shamokin. Swings and misses at strike 1. From the stretch, the second pitch is down low for a ball. Now turning, throwing toward second base, diving back in, and just getting back in is Harder. As Ciani sneaked in from second base to make that tag, but Harder gets back. A ball and a strike, nobody out. Marion Center sits on top of the conference standings at 9-0. It's a high fly ball down the left field line in foul territory over toward the fence is Clevenger, just out of his reach. And so it's a foul ball, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Marion Center, the other top team in the Heritage Conference this year, Northern Cambria. Marion Center beat them on Friday 4-2. Stingers playing winless Cambria Heights this afternoon. So that'll be next Wednesday when the Stingers host Northern Cambria. We'll have it here on Renda Digital TV. A ball and 2 strikes on Matson. Off speed, center field. Settling under, making the catch for Homer Center is Anthony Rowland. A runner will hold, 1 away in the inning, and a runner on second base for West Shamokin. Heritage Conference standings right now have Marion Center at 8-0. 1 game non-conference for the Stingers. 9-0 overall. There's the pitch, and this one is sharply down the left field line and foul. No balls, 2 strikes on Gunnar Shoop. No balls and 1 strike, I should say. So the Stingers at 8-0, 9-0 overall. Northern Cambria Colts 8-2, 8-1 in the conference. United is 6-4 overall, but 5-3 in the conference. Then comes West Shamokin and Homer Center. Palmer's pitch in the dirt, scooped up by the catcher Reddick. West Shamokin in 4th place in the conference overall at 5-4. Of course, you do the East-West thing. Homer Center 2-5 in the conference, 4-6 overall. Pitched by Palmer is a ball down low, 2-1 on Shoop, who singled in the second inning. Purchase line 2-6 in the conference. Cambria Heights, Penns Manor. They are winless. River Valley is not listed here and should be. That's a called strike. So River Valley is, they're actually looking pretty good too, so I'll just have to find their record. Had them here in the game the other night. They are 8-3 overall and 6-2 in the conference. There's a timeout called. So right now at the top of the conference standings, Marion Center, Northern Cambria, then River Valley. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out on Gunnar Shoup and a runner on second base. That's outside. Will get away. That'll be a wild pitch, and the runner will move up to third. Harder now, just 90 feet away. And the count goes full on Shoup with Bo Schwartz waiting on deck. 5-0 Homer Center here in the 4th. Calmer's first wild pitch of the afternoon. He's got 2 walks. He also has hit a batter and given up the 2 hits. Here's the pitch. He works from the windup, and that's his 3rd walk surrendered this afternoon. So runners on first and third with 1 out for Bo Schwartz. He's 0 for 2. A ground out to short, a pop up to the third baseman. Bo Schwartz can stroke the baseball. He's driven in 9 this year, 11 out of 40, a .275 average coming into the game. And so first and third, Palmer has been in jams all 3 innings and is in a jam here in the 4th. 1 away for Schwartz. 5-0 Homer Center. Schwartz going to step out. The senior headed to Edinburgh to play some college football. Fake to third, fake to first. Mike Cornetti, the first base coach for West Shamokin. Played some college ball at Penn State. Palmer's pitch. In there for a strike on Schwartz. Bo didn't like, I think he didn't like the fact that he took it. He wasn't upset with the call. I mean, he thought that was a pitch he could have handled if he had swung. 1 out in the inning, first and third, 0-1 coming up on Schwartz. Off speed, chop toward third. Charging is done, makes the play. The run will score. Good decision there. Harder comes in to score for West Shamokin. Shoup is erased at second base. Schwartz will get the RBI on the fielder's choice, and West Shamokin is on the board, down 5-1, with Braden Rogers coming to the plate. He has walked both times to the plate. 2 outs in the inning now, and a runner on first base for West Shamokin. Short lead for Schwartz, throw over. We'll chase him back. And Rogers is in there again. And the pitch is outside for a ball. One and 0, 2 outs in the inning. 1 run in for West Shamokin, and they trail 5-1. And now Dave Powers is going to call his hitter, Braden Rogers, down for a bit of a conversation there at third base. A brief one. Rogers ready to step back in. Palmer climbs back up on top of the hill. Toe the rubber, and here we go. 2 outs, 1-0. Outside, ball 2. Rogers has already walked twice this afternoon. 2 of the 3 walks surrendered by Caleb Palmer. Here's the pitch. Pop fly. Mason Bell hesitates, now charges, and Owen Sayandi, the third baseman, is going to make the play, or the second baseman makes the play to end the inning. 1 run in on 1 hit for West Shamokin, and as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning, it is 5-1 Homer Center. Renda Digital TV on WCCSradio.com, U92Radio.com.
In sports, game plans are essential to the success of the team. The same can be said for the game of life. What kind of game plan do you have to protect your valuable assets like home, car, business, income, renters, motorcycles, and IRAs? When was the last time you had a comprehensive insurance review? The William G. Meckling Insurance Agency can develop a game plan just for you. For a comprehensive insurance review, call the William G. Meckling Insurance Agency, 1359 Philadelphia Street, Indiana, because it's always something.
IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here at IRMC.
Back at First Commonwealth Bank Field as the ball game moves to the bottom of the fourth inning with Homer Center leading West Shamokin by a score of 5-1. Cody Householder, the designated hitter, ready to step in as Nico Buffone works his fourth inning for West Shamokin. And he will swing and miss, Will Householder. Cody, with a little dribbler in front of the plate, thrown out at first base in that 4-run second inning for the Wildcats. And he's going to chop this one foul down the third base line. No balls and 2 strikes on the Homer Center designated hitter. Jonah Arone waits on deck to be followed by Anthony Rowland. Swung on and missed, strike 3 for Householder. Third strikeout of the afternoon by West Shamokin's Nico Buffone. Jonah Arone singled and drove in a run in the second inning. He drove in the first run of the baseball game. He's out ahead of the count, 2-0. And he'll look at a third pitch here and take it inside. 3 balls and no strikes for the Wildcats' first baseman. The hit was his first of the year. Also brought along his first RBI of the year, and he scored a run for Homer Center. 3-0, and he takes a strike from Buffone. Wildcats put up 4 in the second inning, 1 in the third. Wolves answered with 1 in the fourth. Here's Arone spanking another one to center field. Lou Swartz gives chase and can't get there. It is a base hit for Jonah Arone, his second of the afternoon. This is now, I think, the 4th game we've done for Homer Center, and Jonah making a case to be a regular hitter in this lineup. He's hit it hard twice. Rowland comes to the plate, single, RBI, and a run in the second for the Wildcat center fielder. Runner on first and 1 out. This one is driven to right field. Giving chase there, diving and unable to get to it. That'll be a base hit. Cody Baker stretching out for the West Shamokin Wolves, but not able to get there. Runners on first and third again for the Homer Center Wildcats, and the bottom of the order is coming through again. Krajosik will come to the plate, 1 out of 2 with a double and 2 runs driven in. He bats with runners on first and third and 1 out. No one throwing for West Shamokin. However, should they choose to switch pitchers, it could be that the kid who would do that is already out in the field. Buffone for Krajosik. He'll take a strike. The junior shortstop of the Wildcats. The pitch, runner goes, and Roland in there with stolen base. 2 in scoring position now for Krajosik. The pitch was a ball. It's 1-1. 1 out in the inning. Runners on second and third. Homer Center trying to get that run back. That's outside. 2-1. Nico Buffon fouled back by Krajosik. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners on second and third. Called strike 3. Krajosik is the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up Owen Ciani, who is 0 for 2. He's flown out to center field twice in this ball game. Owen on the season for Homer Center as he takes a strike, a .375 hitter with 8 RBIs and runners on second and third, 2 outs. 0-1 on Ciani. The pitch is a called strike 2. So the sophomore Ciani working against Buffon, who's trying to get out of a jam here in the fourth. Owen steps out. Buffon, the junior, the pitch. Sharp ground ball, scooped by the first baseman who steps on the bag. A nice play by West Shamokin's Camden Eddy to end the inning. For Homer Center, no runs on 2 hits, 2 men left on base. We have played 4. It's 5-1 Wildcats. Rent a digital TV on WCCSradio.com, U92Radio.com.
How can you save on your home energy bills? By calling Bill Busters Incorporated. Bill Busters is a home weatherization company providing insulation that will make your home energy efficient all year round. Bill Busters bust utility bills down to size. 34 years experience and an authorized first energy contractor. Don't hesitate. Insulate. Call 800-475-1251. PA license number 009189.
This is Attorney Patrick Doherty. Do you need legal help? The Law Office of Patrick Doherty specializes in criminal law, wills, and personal injury. Visit my office at 737 Water Street in Indiana and let me put my years of experience to work for you.
Back at First Commonwealth Bank Field, set for the 5th inning. Homer Center, no runs in that bottom half of the 4th inning with runners on second and third. Caleb Palmer completes his warm-up tosses. And here in the 5th, he will face the 3-4-5 hitters, Nico Buffon, Lou Swartz, Camden Eddy for West Shamokin. Buffon has an interesting day at the plate. He's been up twice. He's gotten to first base on catcher's interference both times. So we'll take a look here, see if he stands particularly deep in the batter's box. He's right on the end line, but he's in the box. Caleb Palmer on top of the hill. Here comes the first pitch of the 5th. Up high for a ball. Caleb Palmer has given up only 2 hits in the game. He struck out 5. High drive down the left field line and foul out onto the Hoodlebug Trail where it rolls right under the wheels of a bicycle going right by. And the bike rider never knew it was there. A ball and a strike. This one is driven into center field, where settling under and making the catch for the Wildcats is the center fielder Anthony Rowland. One away. The phone is out. Lou Swartz comes to the plate. A fly out to right field and a strikeout. Swinging for Lou in 2 trips. Continuing the story for Caleb Palmer. 3 walks on the afternoon and a hit batsman. Only those 2 hits surrendered and only 1 run. 1 out here in the 5th for Swartz. Down low for a ball. The 1-0, a check swing, called strike. Freshman Jude Olinger warming up for West Shamokin off to the side, so could be a pitching option for the Wolves. Outside and high. 2-1 on Swartz. Camden Eddy waits on deck. Palmer's pitch is down low. 3-1 now on Lou Swartz, the center fielder. The windup in the pitch by Palmer. Ooh, plunked him in the backside. Second hit batsman of the afternoon for Caleb. I believe that is his 8th of the season. And we'll bring Camden Eddy to the plate. Oh for 2, 2 strikeouts, fouls this one out of play. Runner on first and 1 out here in the 5th inning. 5-1 Homer Center. West Shamokin has had runners on in every inning. In fact, they've had 2 runners on in every inning so far this afternoon. Curveball is up high. Eddy, a lefty hitting first baseman. 1-1 with 1 out. Lou Swartz on first. Palmer's pitch is swung on and missed by Camden. Count goes to 1-2. Palmer glances over to Swartz at first. Now the stretch in the pitch. Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out here in the 5th for Homer Center. Caleb the glance over to first. Now the 2-2. Inside now, that one gets away. Ruddick not able to get their second wild pitch. It was in the dirt. Lou Swartz does move down. The count goes full on Camden Eddy with Cody Baker waiting on deck. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Caleb Palmer going to take a bit of a walk. Gather himself back up on top of the mound. He'll work from the stretch with the runner on second. 3-2. Outside, ball 4. 4th walk of the afternoon. Runners on first and second without benefit of a hit here for West Shamokin as Cody Baker comes to the plate. A strikeout and a fly out to right. West Shamokin left fielder. Baker 286 on the season. He has driven in 6 runs. And this one will get away. And all the way to the backstop, the runners move up. And I'm not an official scorer, so I'm going to call that one a pass ball. Now runners on second and third. A ball and no strikes on Cody Baker. If West Shamokin's going to make a move, this would be a good spot for the Wolves. Palmer will work from the windup. Another of those long drives out onto the Hoodlebug Trail and across the trail and into the weeds. A ball and a strike on Baker. And new baseballs for Pete Jones, the home plate umpire. I smell the propane. Smells good. A 1-1 pitch on the way. Swung on and missed, strike 2 on Baker. Peyton Harder waits on deck. Working quickly now, Palmer. Outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Cody Baker. 1 out in the inning, runners on second and third. Here comes the 2-2. In the dirt, count goes full once more. Inning started with a flyout by Buffon to center field. Swartz was hit by a pitch, advanced on the wild pitch. The walk to Camden Eddy, both of the runners moving up on the pass ball. Now 3 balls, 2 strikes in the pitch. Called strike 3. Baker goes down. 2 outs in the inning. For Peyton Harder, who struck out in the second, a solid double on 1 hop off the ball in left center field, the fence. And he came around and scored the West Shamokin run. He bats here with 2 outs in the inning and runners on second and third. Palmer the windup. High foul ball, out of play right side. No balls and a strike on Harder, the second baseman. Peyton Harder on the season, a .242 hitter, 8 hits and 33 at-bats, 3 RBIs. His 8 hits have all been singles. Here's the windup and the pitch. I should say his 8 hits coming into the game were all singles. He's doubled in this one. So 9 hits on the season now. And a double among them. A ball and a strike with 2 outs. The pitch from Palmer. Popped up, out of play. As Harder chased a little bit there. 1-2. Palmer, the windup and the pitch. Off speed. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two outs. The pitch. All the way to the backstop. The runner's coming home, and he'll make it. Lou Swartz comes home on the wild pitch. Camden Eddy moves down to third on that pitch. The count goes 3-2 on Peyton Harder now. Runner on third and 2 outs. The score now 5-2. This one is grounded foul. So Homer Center's lead shrinks a bit more to 5-2. The pitch once more. Pops straight back and out of play. Ruddick took a look at it. But over the netting. Count still 3-2. A battle going on here between Palmer and Harder. Caleb against Peyton, and Caleb ready to deal another. Harder's going to call timeout. This could be a key moment in this ball game. Palmer, the windup in the pitch. Fouled back again. Harder keeps battling. Here comes another 3-2 offering. And he grounds this one foul right over the West Shamokin dugout. Caleb Palmer, another 3-2 offering on the way to Harder. High foul ball, out of play once more. Caleb Palmer and Peyton Harder are putting on a battle here. With a runner on third, a run in the inning and 2 outs. Homer Center leading at 5-2. And the pitch. High fly ball into left field. Clevender charges and makes the catch, and that ends the threat and the half inning. Headed to the bottom of the fifth, it's Homer Center 5, West Shamokin 2. It's Renda Digital TV on WCCSradio.com and U92Radio.com.
Dale Energy Services is a proud supporter of high school athletics and our hometown community. To do its part for the local rural areas, Robindale Energy has been cleaning up refuse coal piles that dot the western Pennsylvania landscape. These waste piles, remnants from past decades of mining in the region, are removed and used to create affordable energy for America. Robindale Energy has helped to clean up hundreds of miles of streams and channels. In the area where the land has been restored for a while, streams have become alive again and able to support plant and fish life. For employment opportunities, contact Robindale Energy at 814-446-6700, extension 122.
Thinking of adding a pet to your family? Consider adopting, not shopping. Local shelters have great dogs, cats, and other animals waiting for a forever home. Please support Four-Footed Friends, ICHS, and other local shelters when looking for a new pet. And don't surprise someone with a pet, but with a promise to adopt. Choose.
Homer Center led this baseball game 4-0. West Shamokin, actually 5-0 Homer Center. West Shamokin has scored in the fourth again in the fifth, and it's 5-2 now as we head to the bottom half of the fifth inning. Nico Buffone remains on the mound for West Shamokin. He faces Braden Dunn, Caleb Palmer, Andrew Ruddick, the scheduled 3-4-5 hitters for Homer Center. Dunn a fly out to right field. Long double and a run in the third for Homer Center. He bats for the third time this afternoon and takes a called strike off speed from Nico Buffone. Freshman third baseman in there again, and here's the second pitch. Inside. Oh, he called it a strike. on the inside corner, and it's 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and chopped foul down the third base side. Scott Bauer just committed an error. He's fielded a lot down there today. Got that one. No balls, or rather 1 ball, 2 strikes on Braden Dunn, the number 3 hitter for the Wildcats. Bottom of the 5th inning. Grounded toward short, fielded by the third baseman, and over to first, he got him. Play goes from Braden Rogers to Cam